What is this?
Hey there, Jam here. A few months ago, I bought a game where you can make your favorite characters or your partners into a fandom.
Hello everypony! So I got COVID pretty bad recently and had to miss a surgery I kinda really needed, so I've been pretty freaking depressed lately. I've been sick in bed, not able to do much at all, and not wanting to do much at all, until I came across this specific video. If you know anything about my channel, you'd know I love OC content, so of course I watched it. What I discovered was a game that I've been begging the universe to exist for years at this point.
Sensei, I like you so much.
Or Sensuki, as the title of this video says, is a game where you can make your OCs in real life in the game. So basically, the world the game takes place in has the canon media in which your OCs exist in, and are shipped together by fans. When I played, I decided to make a world where my two main OCs, Leto and Guy, exist in the form of characters from an anime called Fated Nature. The game lets you add basic information about the characters, like pronouns, name, nickname, and choose from 8 different traits that they can have that are actually canon to them. I love this feature so much because it's even more fun when you get to write fanfiction that completely mischaracterizes them on purpose, or when the game makes a fanfiction that is scarily accurate to what your character would do. Here's an example of one that felt really canon to my characters. One morning, Leto rubbed her eyes and reached out as usual to touch Guy beside her, but found nothing there. Guy was gone. As Leto reached out, she only saw a figure emerge beside her. Then, a small dog appeared beside them. It wagged its tail and happily rubbed against Leto's leg. Leto incredulously looked at this dog, which especially looked like Guy. Could it be that Guy turned into a puppy? The puppy nudged its palm with its wet nose. Leto couldn't help but hold it in her arms, feeling its warm, fuzzy fur. Leto thought, could this be the same loud Guy as usual? Guy had turned into a little animal. I never thought that animals like this could be so adorable. That one's an example of a really silly one that you get pretty early on in the story, I'm pretty sure, but I really love it just because it's so cute. I think it depends on the personality that you choose, whether or not it's a dog or a cat, because I also had a version of this story where Guy was the one that found Leto as a cat, which was also so adorable because I do see Guy as a puppy and Leto as a cat, so that was like really cute to see. I love the story so much, it's just so cute. You can also name the ship of your OCs. For example, I called mine Magic Mush, because Leto is a magic user and Guy's original form has a mushroom head. This really makes the fandom feel like it really exists. But what exactly is the game? Well, you play as a fangirl you name that is obsessed with the OCs you make and writes fanfiction about them. Over the course of the story, you meet other fans of your OCs and bond over the characters and shipping in the fandom. This game is part visual novel, but it's also part addictive gameplay. I'm a fan of visual novels personally and learning about the characters, but the great thing about this game is that you can pretty much skip through all the visual novel text and solely focus on your characters and the different mini-games you choose to play. One thing I will say about this game is the gameplay loop is very repetitive, and if you don't like that, you won't like it. The gameplay is almost like a mobile game, if that makes sense. Like, not in the sense that it's quick-paced, but you can fly through the days very quickly if you choose to. Kinda like playing levels in Candy Crush. There are different kinds of minigames included in the game, mostly found in the Tamagotchi you get eventually as you progress the story. There are 5 Tamagotchi minigames, including 2 rhythm games, 1 matching game, a basketball game, and a Flappy Bird type game. My favorite personally is the matching game, and I found myself playing it the most out of all of them. These minigames aren't the only ones in the game, however. In the merch shop, there's another type of matching game, though this one is a lot harder. I won't even try to explain to y'all the gameplay, just look at it. Just look at it. It gets really complicated in the later levels, and I don't have the energy or the brain power to try to describe what's happening, but yeah. Lastly, there are 2 convention minigames. One where you're a vendor and have to quickly give change to your customers and freebies if you choose to, and one where you're just an attendee and can buy merch. Oh yeah, guys, oh my god, this game makes merch of your OCs in canon and alternate universes that you don't even have to draw or make in any way. Oh, Oh, but maybe you wanted to make your own merch in-game. Well, you can do that too, actually. There's an option to make merch you can give away to other fans or just keep yourself. The one negative I will say about the merch making is that you can't actually draw in-game to make merch. It would have been a really cool feature to be able to make fan art in-game as well, even with like super basic tools. There is a feature to upload images and add them to pins and postcards and other stuff, which I'm super glad they did include. Like, I'm really glad they included that at least. But I mean an in-game drawing program specifically. That's not really a huge issue for me. That would have just been nice to have them include. There are also cute desktop pets of your OCs, and you can dress them up in cutesy outfits by selling duplicate merchandise you've gotten from the gachas, which I thought was a nice touch. You can get merch in several different ways. One of the ways is going to the gacha systems where you can pull from claw machines and get different merch that way. You can also buy secondhand merch on eBay, and there are events in the park that spend all of your stamina for the day, but you can get as many freebies as you want in the box that they provide you. I love the fact that there's so many different types of ways to get merch and different types of merch. I just love that feature of the game, and it really helps it feel more real. The main point of the game, however, is writing fanfictions, which you can do by collecting inspiration from actually leaving your house, which also gets you to explore the small town as well. The fanfics in the game are interesting, to say the least. For example, I really love the animal and fluff tags because the stories are usually super cute. However, there are certain tags that will definitely make certain people very uncomfortable. Here is a list of all the tags included in this game. You can freely turn on and off any of these tags at any time, so you can easily avoid seeing any potential triggers for you. I will say these tags specifically sound especially bad, and they kind of are if you have specific trauma, which I will not get into. But I thought I should mention this because while it is included in the game, you can turn it off, and I don't think that should exactly deter you from buying this game altogether just because of that. But that's just me. That's just me. In the fanfictions themselves, there might be several endings to the story that you can pursue, which change the vibe of the story entirely. That being said, this game really isn't for children, and I highly recommend it to adults instead. Another big part of the game are the characters. The characters are super duper cute in my opinion, and really pretty. You have a main friend group that grows over the course of the story, and the people in it are very relatable and real. I especially related to this one specifically. She's borderline personality disorder coded, and I hated how much I saw of myself in her. I felt that way about the main character too, to be fair. She's a writer who starts the story off hiding her fanfiction from the world, thinking it was too cringy or unworthy to be seen. I mean, haven't we all felt that way at least once about something we've made? And I think that's one of the reasons I wanted to make this video, that and being obsessed with games and OC content in general, but yeah. I think it's safe to say I'm obsessed with this game, but that doesn't mean I don't have negative things to say as well. Actually, you know what? Let's go over all the negatives of the game now by simply looking at this review, which summed it up perfectly. I'm going to get my complaints out of the way first. For a game that is mainly about reading and writing fanfictions, the English translation of the game needs a lot of work. You're able to make your OCs go by gender-neutral terms, such as they or them, but the grammar related to that is an afterthought, saying they is instead of they are, for example. This is partially due to English not being the developer's first language, but it is still a huge issue with the game as of now, so I needed to mention it. I would urge the developers of this game to focus on fixing the text-related issues of the game, because this game has an insane amount of potential, and until this issue is solved, I fear this game won't get the attention and love I feel it deserves. Additionally, there are many Ita merch-related bugs, including Ita bags disappearing and reappearing, Ita rooms not saving on confirmation and losing tons of decorating progress, the inability to rotate bulletin boards without things glitching, and more. I would also urge the devs to fix these issues as well, as they are huge issues that really dampen what is otherwise an incredible game. Lastly, the lack of representation in the character creator didn't surprise me, though it did make me very sad. my main original character I have is black, and there are literally no black hairstyles in game. On top of this, the blue line art on black character's skin does not look good. Once again, I would urge the devs to add more hair types and more customization in general. One could argue that the ability to add your own hairstyles make up for this point. This is a bad point because most people aren't going to want to draw, export, and format a custom hairstyle for their OC. This is one of the best games I've had the pleasure of playing in actual years. The concept of the game connected with me the moment I saw it, and I knew I had to buy it. If you're interested in the concept, story, or fandom culture in general, buy this game, even despite the issues. And I agree with whoever that super smart, probably super attractive reviewer was. If you're still here and those critiques of the game didn't scare you off, I'm so glad. Because while this game has its quirks, it's still the best game about OCs I've ever played. Now, since this is an art channel, we have to talk about the art in the game. The art style is incredibly beautiful, but also pretty typical for a visual novel like this. Though there is one thing I feel I should mention. So after playing the game for a couple of days, I delved deep into the Steam community post, updates, and everything about this game. And after looking around some, people are kinda questioning whether or not the art is AI generated or just colored in a slightly confusing way. Now, AI has become really good at replicating art. Like, scarily good to the point I'm getting genuinely terrified for my future. Despite this, it makes me so incredibly sad to think about this development team receiving these comments accusing them of using AI. Even more so, I feel bad, because I was one of those comments. I, myself, was even wondering if it was AI. So I found their Discord server and I straight up asked them if it was AI. The way I asked was rude, and I deeply regret asking the way I did. Please, I have searched for hours at this point and I haven't found any answer. Were the illustrations of the characters in-game made with AI? After closely studying certain illustrations in-game, it kinda seems like it was. I should not have said it seems like it was. While that is what I believed at the time, that must have been horrible for the devs to hear. And yeah, they did hear about it because I got back a reply almost immediately. They said they have not and would never use AI. One of the reasons I believed it was AI was because this specific illustration in-game. Now that I've studied the drawing even more, I can see what I thought was an extra finger was just a part of the shading on the jacket that confused me, because the light color here looks similar to the skin tone here. I think this whole situation is incredibly depressing. I wholeheartedly adore this game, and because AI is such a huge issue now, I just insulted the devs as a first impression. I am still so embarrassed. Even though I did, apologize immediately when they replied. This is just another reason AI is harmful to artists, I swear. In conclusion though, if you're a person who loves your OCs to the point you want to make cute eat-to-bags, eat-to-rooms, and silly fanfictions, for the most part, I highly recommend this game, even with the flaws I stated earlier. It has a pretty high rating on Steam, so I'm obviously not the only one who thinks this game deserves more attention. And it really does deserve more attention, and that's another reason I made this video. It costs $17 on Steam right now, so at least go check it out if it seems even remotely interesting to you. Thank you all so much for watching. What do you guys think about the game? Do you plan on getting it? Why or why not? Anyways, I'll see you all next time. I love you all. Bye!